Dear friends, today is the 29th Sunday in Ordinary Time, Liturgical Year C. And the Gospel is taken from St. Luke, chapter 18, verses 1 to 8. And the Gospel today tells us that we have to pray constantly. That is, perseveringly, persistently. Never stop, never give up hope. And God will answer our prayers. Though the answer may be delayed, that is to say, God will answer our prayers according to His time and in His way. But more importantly, Gospel today tells us that we have to pray constantly, perseveringly, persistingly, especially in time of troubles, so that we will not lose our faith. That is the most important. Because if we lose our faith, we lose God. And if we lose God, we lose everything. We lose His love, mercy, forgiveness, and salvation. We lose His love, joy, and peace. We lose everything. And that is why the Gospel today tells us, pray constantly, persistently, perseveringly, never give up, never stop, especially in time of trouble. God will answer your prayer. But more importantly, we have to pray persistently, perseveringly, and constantly, so that, especially in time of trouble, so that we will not lose our faith. Because if we lose our faith, we lose everything. We lose God, lose His love, mercy, forgiveness, and salvation, lose His love, joy, and peace. We lose everything. Again, pray persistently, constantly, perseveringly, especially when we are in trouble. The first reading follows the theme of the Gospel. The first reading also tells us to pray constantly, perseveringly, persistently, especially in time of trouble. The first reading is taken from the book of Exodus. And the first reading tells us there was a fight between the Israelites and the Amalekites. The Israelites were led by Joshua. But more importantly, the first reading tells us Moses raised his arm in prayer for Israel and for Joshua. And Joshua and the Israelites, they win the fight against the Amalekites. But when Moses grew tired and he lowered his arm, the Amalekites, the enemies of the Israelites, they begin to win the fight. So, Aaron, the elder brother of Moses, and Hur put a stone below Moses for him to sit down. And Aaron and Hur, they supported the arm of Moses, raised in prayer, from morning till sunset. And Joshua and the Israelites defeated the Amalekites. Again, the message is very clear. We must pray constantly, persistently, perseveringly, never give up hope, especially in time of trouble. God will answer our prayer. God will destroy our enemy. God will destroy our worst enemy. That is the devil himself. Sin, death. We cannot fight the devil. We cannot fight sin. Neither can we fight death. Never, never, never. Only God can destroy the devil. Only God can fight sin. Only God can destroy death. And that's why we have to pray consistently, perseveringly, persistently, especially in time of trouble. And God will answer our prayer. He will destroy the worst of our enemy, the devil himself, sin, death. Responsorial Psalm follows the theme of the first reading. And that is why we responded 4 times. Our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. Our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. The responsorial psalm tells us that God guards us. God is our guardian. The responsorial psalm has got 4 stanzas. The first stanza tells us that God guards us. God is our guardian. The second stanza tells us God will guard our every step. God will guard our every step. The third stanza tells us God will guard us morning and night. God will guard us morning and night. And finally, the fourth stanza tells us God will guard our every movement. God will guard our every movement. The responsorial psalm tells us God is our guard and guardian. And that's why we responded 4 times. Our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. Second reading also very important, very important. All the readings are always important every Sunday and any Sunday. The second reading, for a third time, for a third Sunday, a third time, again, St. Paul was telling Timothy, the young bishop, you must proclaim the good news for the salvation of the world. Even in front of persecution, being put in jail, being chained, or even executed, you must proclaim the good news for the salvation of the world. The world may believe and be saved. After 3 Sundays, the second reading continues to tell each of us to proclaim the good news for the salvation of the world. To proclaim the good news so that the world may believe and be saved. We proclaim the good news by words, just like what I'm doing now. By action, by a lifestyle. But today in the modern world, we also need to proclaim the good news through technology, through the digital world, mass media, online, website, internet, live streaming, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, etc., etc. We have to proclaim the good news to the whole world so that the whole world may believe and be saved. You can also proclaim the good news by forwarding the good news with a click, sharing the good news with a click. But the point is this, the good news has to be proclaimed to the whole world so that the whole world may believe and be saved. This is the good news. Amen, and God bless you.